here figuring out where we want to go, you guys. We're going to try to pick something overland and then just navigate our way using just natural features. Yeah.
We're not going to use maps?
We can look at the map now.
Yeah.
We're not going to use orienteering or anything like that. The idea here is to navigate overland. Draw us landmarks, whatever we can see from here. It's kind of a good challenge.
So what we'll have to do then, I think, because that looks too steep to climb. Like, you know, that first valley right there?
Mm-hmm.
That looks too steep. We're probably going to have to go take like a Z, kind of.
Oh, I see. So
yeah.
Not try to go straight up the cliff.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too bad though.
What about that left side? It looks a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually looks much better.
Do you know what you're sitting on, Ben?
What I'm sitting on?
Yeah.
No.
Rocks.
These are the Pinocchi Mountains. They are one of the oldest mountain ranges on Earth, soon after the Earth's foundation. These were immense, immense mountains.
You said Yanaka?
And now they're, what's that?
What mountains did you call them?
Pinocchi.
Pinocchi, yeah.
The energy.
Like this here was around before everything.
Can you tell there's a river?
Yeah.
I can hear it. It's like there's almost a line. Like there's almost a gap between the trees.
Are you seeing a different species of trees or gap, or what are you seeing?
Like different species. I think it's a gap as well.
Yeah. It's all of our balsam fir down there and our spruce.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to get to those cliffs, man.
So you guys are thinking these cliffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll have to discuss how to get there, huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to find some landmarks right now that are obvious.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I don't really see any. Like for me, it just looks like a lot of trees.
That's a great observation, because at first this is just a wall of green.
Yeah.
And how are we going to distinguish anything? Especially when we're down in it. From the top, we might say, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
You know, that double top spruce down there. That's a great landmark. But as soon as we're down in here, everything above that canopy becomes
I think we should look for places where the canopy is, because the canopy is going to be the most distinguishable thing, right? Like, maybe not, because we're up here and then we'll be down there. Maybe if there's an obvious place. So. Kenton, I don't know if I'm just seeing shadows, but it looks like there's another sort of. You see how those trees there?
You seen this ridge of trees up there?
No. Just right in front of us, kind of. You see how they kind of like swerve down like that?
No. I see what you're talking about there.
Yeah.
And so what we're looking for is a combination of those with that other species.
Yeah.
Because we have these water-loving species.
Yeah.
And so if you look carefully in there, you do see a couple up through there.
Yeah.
Right? And they're spotted through the woods, so we have to kind of weigh and measure things.
Yeah.
But what we have is we have little streams that cut down out of springs and come flowing down to that main river. And so you might start to be able to distinguish, oh yeah, that's
see,
another
like,
waterway.
Up and over there, it looks like there might be something going down that way.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's,
Oh, I think I see it.
and so those are up, and that doesn't make sense right? Because water can't flow up. So you're absolutely right. If we go over there, there's multiple streams that come down through that valley behind these cliffs, and they run down into that main stream.
Oh, I can't wait.
Excited?
We're getting there. Like, dude, I'm getting to those cliffs.
So these cliffs. Okay.
Don't die.
Are we still good with the sun and the clouds? Are we in the right direction? Where's the river? Can you hear it?
Oh yeah.
You can finally hear the river all of a sudden. ghost pipe. And this is used medicinally by some people as kind of a weak
that's the
opiate, essentially.
thing that glows in the dark.
No, not this one.
Okay, so what I've been doing to try and get from point to point is just look for one tree and then another one that's straight within its line.
So we're saying it grows on wood. This is a coral mushroom.
Oh yeah.
And we have to look at the tops and see if it has little crowns on top. If it has these little crowns on top and it's growing on wood, then you have your crown-tipped coral, and that's an edible. It's really fun. You put it in your pan. It's like popcorn. It starts to pop out.
Natural pop.
But if you can keep it in there, they get crispy, and they're like a nice sprinkle over a pasta or something like that.
Maybe let's cut some.
These ones, so they come out almost ivory white. These ones would be edible, but they're past their prime when they're that color. Squelch, squelch. What's this?
Those are the bird's nest?
No, this is actually kind of an important little camping.
Oh, it's a high tide. Yeah. Flood marker.
Yeah. So this was stuff brought up by the flood. And if it was raining or something, and you wanted to camp down here, and you saw that, that would be a good warning that this flash floods.
Yeah.
And that'll kill you. Oh, nature is endless in what it has to teach. So,
Looks like stinging nettle.
yeah, it's a great edible, but it has even worse sting than stinging nettle. So just be careful of your feet. When the shoots first come up, then they really don't have any stingers, and it's a good thing to harvest. And then later on they get seeds, almost like little flax seeds that you can just take off the top.
Nice.
You just suck out of this.
Yeah, just put the end in and suck through the straw. You have to suck for a while before you get any water.
Oh, if you needed to, you could probably just drink out of the straw and spit it back into your water bottle if you needed to.
You
right?
fill up your water bottle with fresh.
Yeah.
I don't know, we just try to correct our angle, or do we try to find that white pine that we saw from the cliffs?
We could try. I think we should go up a little more and then cut in. And if we do find the white pine, good for us. But then we're not like wasting all day trying to find this one white pine.
What do you think?
Yeah, I guess I agree with Garrett. Like, we'll just go this way, and then we'll just see how long it takes until, if we see it. And then if we see it takes too long, we just cut across.
So these are golden chanterelles we just picked up. We might take the bottom off so you don't get the dirt up into the gills. So you can tell these, you guys, they're ground dwelling. When you look carefully at those gills, they're not really gills. Let's see if I can get it on there. Can you see how they're not sharp? How they're kind of dull? Mm-hmm. Most gills are going to have a blade there. And then it's decurrent, it's running down the stem.
Yeah.
And then you've got a good positive idea on this. This is really one of the choicest mushrooms that's out here. So if you as you learn, the different species have different strengths of branches, but the key is keeping your foot in close.
Yeah.
So if you step out on the branch, any kind of branch in general, it can give you some some problems, but if he keeps his hand almost touching the trunk,
like,
and his feet
like
almost touching the trunk.
The branch I'm like on right now, really small. But
I want to try to climb.
You want to try it a little bit? Yeah, and flies.
like, I don't think we should go that way. It'll veer us off too much. Because even if we are off and we don't get to our exact location, it's gonna be way easier. We have a huge spread of territory that we can hit, even if we're not precise.
We'll hit one of those cliffs and come up and get our bearings from there.
Yeah. So I think we just go straight through.
Right there. Okay. We were just talking about a slight modification to Garrett's tree method. And here's what I was suggesting. Is that instead of just picking a distant tree, we're going to pick two trees. That, then that next distant aspen. And that gives us a line back to a third tree behind us. And so then when we get up to this middle tree, which I'm just about to here, then you can pick another one beyond that. Because when we just pick one ahead, if you think about it, Garrett was picturing it on a piece of graph paper. If you just go up to that next one, it's easy to start curving left or right. But when you plot a couple ahead, then you can draw this straight line by looking behind you and looking forward. That's going to continue to drive you straight. There's our big... Ah, we're kind of deep in. It's hard for me to tell by now.
Yeah.
There's that one aspen back there. And then there's our little cutoff.
Yeah.
Here's that little aspen you were plotting off of.
So I think we're good.
I think we're good. You keep in that direction. Check this out, check my shadow out. Right? Like there's my head. Do you remember up on the cliffs?
Yeah.
When I was looking at the cliffs, the shadow was behind me.
Yeah.
And I almost said, I was almost going to say, if that shadow's behind me, we're heading towards the cliffs.
Yeah.
Right? So now the shadow is going the opposite way. So it's kind of telling me something's wrong here, right?
So we need to head the other way? Are you?
I'm not going to say.
You're not going to say?
Yeah. It's for you guys to figure out.
What do you think, Aaron? You don't know? Well, I guess we head this way and we'll find like another tree to climb or something. See what we can find, I guess. Okay. There's more elevation that way. That way?
You see cliffs?
What's that?
You see the cliffs?
Not yet. I'm gonna get up a little higher, I guess.
Oh, why?
Because the rocks tumbled down from the cliffs.
From the cliffs?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
Or they just fell from space.
They fell from space. We just passed some red rocks that I was pointing out to them. That were just on the ground. And those are the cliff material. So the cliffs are right there, but because eyes are on the ground, they're missing the cliffs. You see them, huh? There's more of those red rocks.
Yeah, that is red rocks. Yeah, they can, because remember that's going down from the cliff down there. Yeah, I should have down there.
Yeah, so those told us we were close. And as a little FYI, really for the last 10 minutes these were visible through the woods, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking up and scanning to your left. This is yew. This is one of the most toxic plants that we have here. That berry, I don't recommend this. I do it, but I don't recommend it to anybody. The berry itself is actually edible, though that seed in the middle is highly, highly toxic. This is a beautiful plant and a dangerous plant. There's the vulture, just waiting for us to fall so he can have his meal. Can you go left a little bit, Aaron? Would that be safer? Take your time.
Oh wow. Oh no, I see the
They gained the top of the cliff, but it's just more woods, and we're trying to find some cliffs up ahead. They've opted to head off in this direction, and there's quite a bit of terrain between here and there, but eventually we'll get to the trail that runs through this wilderness. Then we can take the trail back if we can find it. So Garrett's trying to keep the valley right off to our left and not get lost off into the woodlands. And you can see again, this is what you can watch the canopy. So I'm looking through here and just the wood seems to disappear. There's no more canopy. Here the canopy just continues and continues. And just looking out through here, it tells me where that valley is. I'm sure you can see that difference. Little treasure I just found. This is valerian. This plant is another one that's used by some people as a sedative. Please don't use any of the plant identifications in this video as plant identifications. Remember to always check your plants with a really good field guide, or better yet, an expert in your area before you try to eat one or use them medicinally. This is a wonderful staghorn sumac. Very lemony tasting. I'll try to remember to put a little link up here to a video with Mirabelle showing how to make this into a wonderful lemonade. Pretty awesome, huh? Wow. What a world we live in.
I remember. Is that the gooseberries?
Yeah.
Gooseberries.
Oh.
Huge gooseberries.
They're kind of ripe now.
Yeah.
They're way better.
Oh. You guys want some?
Yeah, definitely.
Delicious. Wild blueberries. One cliff overlook after another. We're trying to hit the trail out here. Wow. Guess we're not going over that, are we?
Guess not.
So to hit this trail, we're gonna have to drop a lot of elevation. And we'll just see how that goes. Yeah, some serious drop off. You just kind of appear out of the green and then down it goes. Hard to imagine. Almost really looks like it's oak or something from the bottom, doesn't it?
Yeah. Crazy.
That is an aspen tree. Remember that deer vision, right? So you kind of look and you should see something. It gives you a clue. Tin roof, man-made, yep, exactly. You hit the trail. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A great ending to this whole
2 weeks, huh?
whole 2 weeks. That felt like 2 months, honestly.
And we found the path back.